Hi, my name is Mohammed, and my partners, Mahanam and Babish, are going to be using analysis tools on the corporation Microsoft. The analysis and ratios we are going to be using in this presentation is going to be EPS, dividend yield, payout ratio, book value per share, PER, and return on equity. The information that we're using is going to be within the data of Microsoft fiscal year ended of June 30th, 2015. Earnings per share, also known as EPS, indicates the profit earned by each common share. EPS is only reported for common shares. When a company has both preferred shares and common shares, the company must take the current year dividend declared on preferred shares, then subtract from the net income to determine the income available for common shareholders. Microsoft does not use preferred shares. Therefore, they do not subtract anything from net income. EPS is considered to be one of the most important factors in determining a share's price. If the cash flow per share is lower than the EPS, it means that the earnings are not going well as it is in poor condition. If the cash flow per share is higher than the EPS, it means that earnings are doing well and are in good condition. The formula is net income minus preferred shares divided by weighted average number of common shares equals to EPS. Now, because Microsoft does not use any preferred shares, we do not subtract anything in net income like I said before, so I just put subtract 0. The answer you get for the EPS is 1.49. 1.49 is a good healthy number as it is higher than the cash flow per share. EPS is used to calculate portions of a company's profit and allocate it to each common share stock. EPS does a good job showing the profitability of a company. Dividend yield. Shareholders share in the distribution of a corporate profit through dividends, proportionate to the number of shares owned. If the board of directors declare a dividend, it is a financial ratio that shows how much a company pays out in dividends each year to its relative to its share price. Yields for the current year are often predicted from the previous year. Cash dividends is the most common type of dividend in practice today, mostly used by companies that are out of their growing stage, for example Microsoft. Companies that pay dividends typically enjoy stable cash flow. If profits are going downhill, it is a good idea for companies to scrap the idea of cash dividends until cash flow improves. The equation for dividend yield is dividend yield equals to annual dividend per share divided by price per share. Once you calculate all of that, the Microsoft cash dividend would be 9,882,000. This is a good number as it is 882,000, which is being distributed to each partner, as it shows how good Microsoft's condition is right now.
Payout ratio. The payout ratio tells you what percentage of profit the company is distributing to its shareholders as cash dividends. The formula for the payout ratio is as follows. Cash dividends divided by profit equals the payout ratio. Company A has a total of 60,000 cash dividends paid. Profit during the period is 50,000. Refer back to the formula. The calculation will give you a 1.2 ratio. This ratio helps with determining the sustainability of a company's cash dividends paid and indicates warnings where they may need to partake in action. A value close to or more than 1 should be a clear signal to change something within the business. Now, we must determine the payout ratio for Microsoft. Data is recorded in millions. Microsoft's cash dividends paid are $9,882 and profit is $12,193. Using the formula, you result in a 0.81 ratio for common shares. Microsoft has paid 81 cents for every dollar of profit that they have earned compared to 2014's 0.40. Things they could do to improve the ratio for next year is increase prices on products or issue less common shares. Book value per share is the per stock value of a company based on the total equity available and stocks issued. To calculate, you must divide the value of shareholders' equity by the number of outstanding common shares. This is very significant as companies would like to know how much their individual shares are rising or falling and by how much, as this could change daily. Microsoft shareholders' equity total up to $80,083 in millions and 8,254 total outstanding common shares. Using the formula, $9.70 is the book value per share. Last fiscal period's book value per share was $10.69, so it shows that Microsoft's share value dropped almost a whole dollar although they issued more common shares. A big reason why this could have happened was the decrease in net income, as they had to pay a lot more unexpected expenses for their phone products.
PER, or price earnings ratio, can be expressed as a statistic that gives the ratio of the market price of each common share to its earnings per share. This ratio is used for comparing earnings across companies. The formula is as follows: market price per share divided by earnings per share would equal to your price earnings ratio. It is used to reflect investors' assessment of a company's future earnings. The ratio will be higher if investors think that the current income levels will continue to increase, and lower if investors think that the income will decrease. For private companies, the ratio is not relevant because private companies will not have a readily available market price per share. If we were to calculate the price earnings ratio for Microsoft, it would be 29.63 times. This indicates that Microsoft shares are trading at more than 29.63 times their earnings. Return on equity, sometimes known as return on investment, is considered to be one of the most important measures of a company's profitability. Return on equity is used by investors and management to assess how many dollars are earned for each dollar invested by shareholders. The higher the ratio, the better. The formula to calculate return on equity is as follows: profit divided by your average shareholders' equity would equal to your return on equity, which is expressed as a percentage. The ratio is used to evaluate a corporation's profitability by showing the profit of a company generates with the money that the shareholders have invested. It can also be compared to previous years to see if there is an increase or decrease in return on equity. It is also useful for comparing profitability for a company to others in the same industry. If we were to apply the return on equity ratio to Microsoft, the return on equity for 2015 would be 71.77%. We can compare this to the 2014 return on equity of 26.16%, and as we can see, there is an increase in the return on equity, which indicates that there is improved profitability over the 2 years.